I've come to talk today about what we define in HSE as partnership marketing. There's an awful lot of talk about partnership marketing out there right now in government. It's about developing... Oh, no. There we go. It's about developing relationships with those organisations that we already work really closely with and asking them to deliver messages on our behalf. Some great benefits to that approach, not least it's relatively free, although at some point I'm sure there's an element of payback. And those partners have a better relationship or have a stronger voice of authority with the people that we're trying to reach. So when I consider that definition of partnership marketing, I think that in HSE our approach to email marketing takes a very similar approach. We've enabled lots of our colleagues around the organisation to market their own messages through email newsletters delivered by GovDelivery. And increasingly, the team I work in, the communications department, is coordinating a single message at a very corporate level and asking colleagues to put that message in their emails and send them out to their subscribers. And we're getting some really positive results to that. There we go. So before I go any further, I'll briefly explain what the Health and Safety Executive is about and what it does. We're an independent regulatory body who works to ensure the good safety and health of people who work in around 5 million workplaces in Britain. A surprisingly small number of inspectors and visiting officers are our front line, working closely with and advising businesses across the land. And behind the scenes, our website, publications and email newsletters, which we call e-bulletins, educate and inform businesses and persuade people to stay healthy and safe at work. So I run a small digital marketing and evaluation team for HSE, and our job is to use technology essentially to communicate with wide audiences, from office workers to deep sea divers. We cover a huge number of workplace hazards as well, from asbestos risks for plumbers to the carriage of dangerous goods on our roads. To reach those audiences effectively, we've taken a segmented approach. We give our audiences the choice to subscribe to one or more of over 100 email newsletters, and we allow them to select subjects that are relevant to themselves and also to the places they work. So as I said before, the team's small, so we've developed automated approaches to deliver half of our email newsletters. We do this by running a news and update service which is powered by RSS feeds, like many others here. And GovDelivery's PageWatch facility regularly reviews that site for us, spots the updates and dispatches those out to subscribers for us. The other half are delivered by subject experts around our organisation, our partners. We've developed simple instructions and guidance for those partners so that they can create and send their own emails, even those with extremely basic IT and comm skills. And actually, it works pretty well for us. And so to the heart of my very brief talk, I'm going to illustrate to you, hopefully, how that works for us in action. I'll take you through a couple of case studies where we've used partnership approaches and automation to get important messages out to large numbers of people through email. So, first case study, earlier this year, the law requiring businesses around the UK to report incidents and accidents in the workplace to HSE was amended. So for me and my team, that meant we had to broadcast out the message as wide as possible, and we had to consider using all the relevant channels available to us. We firstly helped communications colleagues to develop a handling plan which coordinated the comms for press, PR, internal comms, social media and of course digital marketing. All that comms was directed to one web page on our website, so we could evaluate the successes and failures of that activity. Once we'd agreed the approach, we wrote out to a selection of our partners and literally asked them to include ready-made articles in email newsletters that they were going to deliver in the near future. And we set up a single message in our RSS feeds, which broadcasted out to a number of automated newsletters. So the results we felt were really good. We dispatched 24 newsletters altogether, all pointing to the same page on our website, as I said before. All links in our emails are tracked using our in-house metric system, so we were able to calculate the impact of our efforts there. So altogether, 53,000 people have visited our RIDOR information page, and 16,000, about a third of those, came from articles sent by our partners in their emails, and a further 2,500 from automated emails. Okay, and one more case study. In June this year, my team were asked to promote a recruitment campaign to get the organisation some more health and safety inspectors. And this time, HSE was pretty much relying on email marketing to deliver the goods. Though we had a little bit of money for paid advertising, and we used a very fledgling LinkedIn company page to support that. Again, we directed audiences just to one page so that we could track that activity, and we wrote out to a select number of our partners and asked those to consider putting the campaign in their email newsletters. And once again, we set up a single message in the RSS feeds and broadcasted that to our automated bulletins. And once again, I think the data here shows that the approach paid off. Our internal experts sent out 12 emails in all, and that resulted in 15,000 visits to the campaign. That's just about half of all the visits to that campaign site. And we also sent out 11 automated emails as well, which accounted for 2,600 visits to the campaign. So about 1 in 10 of all visits to that campaign. I think most importantly for us, HR fed back to us and reported a very healthy number of quality application forms in their inbox. So that was a very brief canter through the way we work in HSE. I hope I've illustrated to a degree the power of our email newsletters to reach large audiences and getting communications to the right people, really. I hope I've also shown how email newsletters can be scaled up if we tap into the resources and expertise of colleagues around our organisations. And that's not an easy thing to do. It's firstly, it's difficult to get colleagues to take up these services, and for my team, it's certainly difficult for us to let go of services that we really care about passionately. Equally, when we get them on board, it's important not to hand over and just walk away from these people. We have to be around for them, but we need to take a light touch because we've got day jobs in my team too. What we've always done is carefully selected the right email newsletters for each corporate communication that we send out. So we only bother those partners when their newsletters will have the greatest impact. And we explain every time why we need their help, what we'd like them to say, and that helps us to get further buy-in from the partners. I think what my team don't do enough of is reporting back on outcomes to those partners, and that's the kind of thing I think that only strengthens those relationships. So, finally, a kind of a challenge, I guess. What if we were to develop this partnership marketing approach across whole of central government and local government? And it probably plays into the conversation that Neil's been having with us from gov.uk. We certainly have the technology these days, and you know, around me here today is the network that could make that happen. You can just imagine how many millions of people we could get the right messages to. And with that, I'll ask for any questions.
Anyone wishing to lead off? Gosh.
Dinner time.
Well, let's wait a few minutes. Surely there must be someone that has been prompted by what I've just seen. Any?
Hey, I kind of know the answer already, but I just wondered if you wanted to elaborate a bit more on some of these statistics, sort of users, messages, and I guess kind of volumes that you're seeing.
Well, in general, we've got around, we've got a pot of over 200,000 subscribers in our database. Most of those subscribers are, like many others here, subscribing to multiple newsletters, at least 5 or 6. I think on average our emails do quite well, and they deliver around about 10% of all visits to our website. And the click-through rates, generally speaking, are in the teens, which I think perhaps uniquely for us, we're a business-to-business marketing outfit. So in that context, the click-through rates there are normally somewhere between 8 and 10%. So you know, we feel quite satisfied by that. That dinner does look lovely over there as well, by the way.
Okay, anyone else? Do we have anything on Twitter? Oh gosh, I think you must have answered everything in your presentation.
No, well, that's not a problem.
Oh no, hang on, there's someone who's just popped
Oh.
I'm getting away that easy.
Just a very quick one.
Yeah.
Sam Tander from Government Procurement Service. I wondered if you did any analysis on how important contribution LinkedIn made to your recruitment campaign.
I think it's one of our strongest uses of LinkedIn jobs. I think because we're a business-to-business marketing outfit, because our our market is largely businesses, LinkedIn felt like the right place for us. And I think one of the challenges for us was the risks of, it's the classic, you get involved in social media and you end up with a lot of comments that you have to deal with, and you know, the resource implications of all those kind of things. What we've found with LinkedIn, interestingly, is nobody says anything bad about anybody. It's all positive talk, and if you think about it, that's right, it's your CV online. So from that point of view, we're really comfortable with where we're at with LinkedIn. We grabbed our domain, if you like, in LinkedIn a few years back and really left it at that. And then my team picked that up earlier in this year. And just started small, really. You know, we update our website, we send out emails about important things in the organisation, and just duplicating that kind of information on our LinkedIn company page has attracted lots of interest. We're getting a few hundred people coming through to our website within the first week of issuing an update there. We've gathered well over 11,000 new members since we started in January, so yeah, it's working really well for us.